Hey guys, and welcome back to part two of building the Grid Army brand. Before I get started, let me just say this, guys. This is me. This is the true story of Grid Army. This is not me portraying to be some super successful entrepreneur or business owner. Like, this is it. This is the bootstrap entrepreneurial journey of me, Micah Murphy, and my company, Grid Army. I've seen recently, some other people doing, behind the scenes or building their brand. And these people, they already had a lot of money, or they already had fame, or they already had something that helped them build a brand. So just take that into consideration. When you're maybe watching some other videos, some people may do things differently than I'm doing. Maybe because they have more resources, or they already have a big following, and so it's easier for them just to throw out something, some merch, right, and it be successful. So this is me building something from nothing. I didn't have any fame. I didn't have, lots of resources. I wasn't already a multimillionaire that I could just pump a bunch of money into it. This is a bootstrap company, meaning it's just our money. When I say our, mine and my wife, right? Our family. So let's get into part two. If you haven't watched part one, I should suggest you go back and watch part one. Part one is why I even started Grid Army and the basics of where I went and how I even first started getting the first product and getting them manufactured. So here's part two, and this is where I'm going to pick up from where I left off. I was sending off boxes to Amazon, and at the time I had 900 socks. I had 300 of each of the three sizes. And before going out to the launch, I had researched, and someone had strategized, or suggested this strategy, I should say, of doing a giveaway. I thought that's a great idea, because you're trying to, one, build interest in your product and in the niche that you're doing. And two, you want to gather some emails so you can contact these people and let them know. I thought that's a great idea. So that's what I did. So I invested about $1,000 into the first giveaway. I spent probably about $250 on products. And since my niche, however you want to say it, was obstacle course racing, because my first product was the long compression socks, I did something around that. So I did some gloves that people were using for obstacle course racing. I did some of the best shoes that you could find out there, and did a few other little things to package up, and of course the Grid Army socks, right? And packaged up several things for this big OCR bundle. And then just said, hey, this is a free giveaway. All you have to do is just go to this website, enter in your information, and we'll pick a winner. So that's what I did. And so I ran ads for that. That's where the majority of the money went. Running ads on Facebook, Instagram, and I gathered approximately 2,000 emails, which was good. And so my thoughts were, hey, I've got 2,000 people that are interested in obstacle course racing. I'm going to sell at least 600 socks, right? Like, that should be easy. So I sent 600 socks into Amazon. Well, I do the giveaway, send out an email to all these people saying, hey, here's a discount. And I discounted the product a little bit and said, hey, here's a discount. Take advantage of it. Here's the new socks. And I'd already had some people asking, when are these socks going to be released? Because I was kind of going ahead and doing a little marketing. Well, pretty much crickets. I mean, I was super shocked. Again, Mr. Optimistic, thought, hey man, we're going to sell through 600 socks. I'm going to have to go ahead and reorder. No, it's not how it went. I think people were genuinely interested, but they either didn't want to pay the money, or they just weren't interested enough. Of course, nobody knew who Grid Army was, the brand. So, I didn't sell that many. I think I may have only sold like 30 socks. I mean, small percentage of what I thought I was going to sell. So there goes that. So now I'm turning my attention to, okay, well, I've got to market better. I've got to reach out to some people. And so what I had been doing anyways was reaching out to a few people. I thought, who are some people that are already in this industry, in the obstacle course racing industry. And so I'd been reaching out to various racers, whether they be already a sponsored athlete or professional, however you want to call that, or just, people that were the weekend warriors. And so I'd reached out to a few people. And one of the very first guys that I reached out to was Mac Rush. I did not know him. I knew someone that was friends with him. And so I kind of had a little bit of a entry by saying, hey, I'm friends also with such and such. Turns out that probably wasn't a good idea because they were already, they had already separated. There was some friction in that friendship. Of course, I didn't know it at the time. But anyways, I reached out to him. Super nice guy, unbelievably nice, humble guy. And just said, hey man, would you be interested in testing out my socks? This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. He said, absolutely. And he said, I've got the World's coming up, competition, and I'll wear them there. And I'm like, oh, you hadn't even tested my socks. You're going to wear them? It's like the largest race of the year. But man, I was pumped. And so he wore them, and I contacted him after the race, and he said, man, these are awesome. Like, I love these socks. And he said, I'm pretty picky about my socks. I'm picky especially about compression socks. And he goes, Micah, yours were so good that had no issues in the race. They felt good. They held up, very durable, very comfortable, great padding. And he said, and then I even wore them for recovery. Because that's the great thing about compression socks is not only for competition, but they also can be used in aiding in recovery of your muscles. So he said, I've tried to sleep in compression socks in the past, and I've just never been able to do it. Just, they hurt too much. They're not comfortable, cause problems. He said, I slept all through the night with your compression socks, and it was great. I mean, they helped. So he's like this huge, believer in the socks and just loved them, which thrilled me to death, because I was just on edge. Like, again, I knew I loved them, and some friends that I had tested them loved them, but when you start talking to other professional athletes and, I just didn't know for sure. So it was great confirmation, man. That just gave me a super strong boost of energy, excitement, confidence. So later I contacted Mac and was just like, because I knew he was only like an hour up the road up in Tampa. And I said, Mac, man, I would love to come up, meet you in person, kind of pick your brain a little bit about the socks, about the industry, etc. But don't want to interfere. I mean, I know, he professional athletes training all the time. I said, I don't want to interfere with your training or anything. Don't want to burn too much of your time. In fact, if you're doing a training, I'll try to hop in with you if you don't mind. And he said, absolutely, come on up. And so he picked a day, and it was one of my off days from my job. So loaded up, and here's the video clip. So I'm heading to meet up with Mac Rush, and haven't met him in person. We've just kind of been messaging back and forth on Instagram, and so I'm off today, so I'm coming up to actually meet him in person, do a little workout. A little nervous about doing this workout. He's pretty intense, but looking forward to it and just kind of hanging out and chatting. Grid Army's going well. We're still new, still trying to get the word out and still get people to test out the product. And so far everybody has really enjoyed the socks. They said the compression is good, they feel good, they're comfortable, so that's exciting, but still trying to build a brand, try to build the name. So I'm really excited again about going and meeting up with Mac and just kind of pick his brain about some stuff and hopefully develop more of a relationship with him. Just thought I'd shoot a quick video, talk about it. Talk to you later. So that was a fun time, like getting to meet Mac. He was an amazing guy, super nice, again, super humble, just super genuinely nice, kind guy. So I got to spend the day with him, did a little training, hung out, went to eat with him and just talked. And we had a lot of things in common and, was able to build on a friendship there. So from that point, I began to continue to reach out to other people and, just kind of try to market, the socks. He was good friends with Isaiah Vidal, who another professional athlete that has, historically had dominated the Spartan races early on and was seeing a lot of success. So he said, hey, let me introduce you to Isaiah. He's also a believer. That was one of the things that Mac and I really connected on, was our Christian faith. And he said, man, here's Isaiah. I think you would really, could get along with him, not only benefit with the socks and the racing, but also just Christian faith. So next time Isaiah was back in town for a race, Mac introduced me to him. Which I'd actually already met Isaiah one other time, because he was racing at a race that we were at, and my son, the oldest one, Micah, had placed third in the kids division. So he had the third place medal, while Isaiah had placed third in whatever race he'd run. I think it was a sprint. And he said, hey, you want to hold the plaque? Because obviously the professionals, the elites, they got nice little plaques. The kids got these little, little medals to hang around their neck. So he was letting him hold him and pose. And so, I kind of got to know Isaiah a little bit then, or not know him. I met him at that time, but this was before Grid Army. So it was neat getting to meet him and share that story with him. And yeah, we just clicked, mainly, I think, because of that Christian desire of spreading the word and getting to grow in our faith. So the three of us became really good friends and just get to hang out and spend time with each other, talking about athletics and running and races and our Christian faith, and just kind of helping encourage one another spiritually. So now I'm going to take you to another clip. This was about 3 months after my initial meeting with Mac and kind of hanging out and meeting Isaiah shortly after that. So here's the next clip. Hey, so I thought I'd do a little vlog as to kind of where we stand with Grid Army. It's been about 3 months since I did my last one. So what's happened in the last 3 months? Some various things. I've been able to continue a relationship with Mac and Isaiah, and it's been awesome just from a friend level, just being able to hang out with those guys and talk spiritual talk and encourage one another. And it's just been really good, really fun. Of course, with the holidays, it's kind of been a little down with the sales. Had a few over Christmas time, but it's kind of off season for obstacle course racing, and so it really kind of started getting kicked back up. Really, I guess last weekend, and I've started seeing a few more sales from Amazon. But the most exciting thing that I guess I have coming out is I just rolled out the ambassador program, and so I just sent out the email yesterday and some direct messages to some people, kind of letting them know, people that I thought would be representing the brand well, some influencers, some athletes, people that have liked the socks. So I reached out to them and have gotten a pretty good response back from them that are interested and wanting to be a part of it. I was actually able to talk to Mike Collins and meet him, who's part of Caterpillar Laces, one of the partners there of Caterpillar Laces. And he helped me with this ambassador program. He actually just told me kind of, hey man, just look at what we're doing, copy it, do whatever you need to do. But so he was really encouraging, very helpful, and helping me getting this ambassador program put together. So I'm excited about where it's going to go. I don't really know what to expect out of it. Hopefully, it's a success and I can bring on even more people and eventually get to where I can sponsor some athletes. That would be, kind of the next thing that I would love to do. Still just have the high compression socks. I really, really, really want to get the no-show kind of short. Sun's kind of in the way. The no-show athletic socks out. Honestly, it's just kind of a money issue. I need to get a little bit more money so that I can purchase the bulk order. I need to finish up some of the product design, get some pictures, and then some t-shirts as well as kind of the next thing that I'm kind of working on, and hopefully can get that out. If nothing else, just kind of get it out to our ambassadors so that they can kind of promote the brand and the logo and all that. So other than that, yeah, kind of a little bit of a slow go, but it's a grind. I knew it wouldn't be easy, and actually I'm deep down, I'm thankful that it's not easy, because that means it's just easier for competition to come in and and do the exact same thing. So the more difficult it is, and the harder the grind, and the harder it is to break into the market, I guess, is the better it is for me in the long run. I'm confident in the brand, I'm confident in our products, and I know with some time and some patience and persistence that success is out there. So anyways, that's it. I'll do another follow-up video later on, kind of talking more about the ambassador program and how it's going, and hopefully I'll have some more products to talk about as well. Peace out. So this is going to wrap up part 2 of building the Grid Army brand. In the next part, we'll talk a little bit more about the ambassador program and how that launched and how that went, and some other updates within the company. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Hope that you can learn a little bit if you're an entrepreneur wanting to start your business. Again, I'm not saying this is the best way to do it. I'm just saying this is what I've done. Grid Army is nowhere close to where I want it to be. I'm looking forward to years down the road looking back on these videos and being like, man, I remember those days. You know, sitting in my garage in the quote-unquote Grid Army warehouse, and you know, talking about trying to build this brand when I'm sitting in the new HQ headquarters of Grid Army one day. So we'll get there. Thanks for following along. If you have not, guys, try the Grid Army stuff. I promise you, you'll like it. If you don't, money back guarantee. Just let me know. All right, guys, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.